If you've ever used 60,000 points to book an economy flight and thought, yes, free travel, you're not alone. But what if I told you that those points could have taken you even further, maybe even a business class ticket, or maybe taken you twice as far? In this video, I'll show you how to get the most out of your points so that you're not leaving free money or travel on the table. A lot of times we get confused on whether or not we're getting good value for our points, and in this video, I'm gonna go over exactly how you can calculate that. And it literally takes 5 seconds to do it. So I'll show you how to know when to pay cash and when to use points. I'll tell you about how I saved 90,000 points on a trip to London just recently and what to do instead. In this video, I'll be going over the concept of maximizing your points, the formula to calculate whether or not you're getting good value for your points, along with some examples, as well as I'll be sharing 4 tips to help you maximize your credit card points and take them further. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Having points is great, but how you use them is what really matters. I used to redeem them not thinking much about it and just thinking, wow, I'm so excited because now I can finally get free flights. However, later on, when I really got into this points game, I learned that I wasn't getting the best value for them. A simple habit to check whether or not you're getting a good deal can really go a long way. Think 2 flights instead of 1, or a business class upgrade instead of economy. The most important concept is cents per point, or CPP. And this is just a quick way to check whether or not you're getting good value for your points. Here's how to calculate it. You take the cash price of the flight that you're looking into booking and you divide it by the number of points required. So let's go into an example. If a flight costs $500 or 60,000 points, you're gonna take $500, divide it by 60,000 points, and then multiply it by 100. And that gives you 0.833 CPP, or cents per point. That's on the lower end, and it's good, but it's not ideal. Let's go into another example. Example 2. Now, if another flight costs $1,200 or 60,000 points, we're gonna do 1,200 divided by 60,000 points times 100, and that equals 2 cents per point. That's much better. And that means that you're getting far more value for the same number of points. And that sweet spot is really 1.5 to 2.0 cents per point. Sometimes you can get redemption value even higher than 2 points, and that's really good. So just make sure you're using those 2 numbers to kind of gauge whether or not it's a good value. So for a quick reference, if it's under 1 cent per point, try to avoid it. If it's around 1.5 cents per point, it's decent and a pretty good value. If it's 2 cents per point or greater, that's where the magic really happens. So just this one habit of checking the CPP, which as you saw takes literally 5 seconds, you can just use the calculator on your phone, calculate it on the spot, can help you save thousands of points on the long run, and it can really help you to determine whether or not you should use your points or if you should just use cash at that point to get your flight or your hotel. So let me give you a real life example of something that recently just happened on my trip to London. And this is based on whatever I remember, but when I looked up the flight for to London, it was from the US, it was literally coming out to like 90,000 points, and the cash price for that ticket was $750. I know $750 is still not cheap, it's still a pretty expensive flight, but I was like, 90,000, that sounds like a lot. So then I plugged those numbers into the same formula I just told you about, and it was coming out to be 0.83 cents per point. And that is obviously below the 1, even the 1.5 threshold. So I was like, you know what? That's really not good value. That's not a good redemption value. So instead, I decided to pay the $750 in cash instead and save those 90,000 points for later on for a bigger trip or maybe even a business class upgrade at some point. So that to me did not feel worth it. If I had used the 90,000 points on that flight, now thinking about it, like I totally would have just felt like I wasted that, because 90,000 can actually get you a lot. $90,000 is worth even more than $1,000 in a lot of cases. So just again, as you can see, plugging the numbers in really quickly into that equation can be really, really helpful and help you realize whether or not you're getting a good value. Another quick hack that I want to talk about is that I was originally looking at that flight through American Airlines, and it was coming out to $850. So what I did was I went over onto Iberia's website, logged in, because American and Iberia are all under the One World Alliance, so they're partners. And through Iberia, I saw that same flight with American Airlines to London, and it was actually showing up at $750. So it was $100 cheaper than if I just booked through American Airlines directly. And it was the same flight. It was still operated by American. I still checked in with American and everything, but I just used Iberia to book it and saved $100. If you're getting any value at all from this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you went ahead and hit that red subscribe button. This way you will be notified anytime I upload similar videos. Now going into the 4 tips to help you really maximize your points. Number 1, as we just talked about, always check the CPP redemption value. Again, plug it into the formula right here, and it just takes 5 seconds. Do it on the calculator on your phone. It is so worth it. Do not waste your points. Make sure you're maximizing them and make sure they're falling between that 1.5 to 2 cents or more guideline. Number 2, don't just rush and redeem your points through your credit card's travel portal. I know a lot of times this sounds really intriguing because they're like, oh, and Chase does this too. You all know I love Chase and I love my Chase Sapphire Reserve, but Chase will be like, oh, if you book through our portal, your points will be worth 1.5 times more, which yeah, that sounds so appealing. And I'm not saying don't use it ever. I've used it plenty for hotels that are not partnered or whatever, but that's not the best redemption value. It's not the best bang for your buck. Where you're really getting the best bang for your buck is tip number 3, which is to use your travel transfer partners. When possible, airlines and hotels usually give you the best redemption value for your points that you transfer over from your credit card. For example, Chase Ultimate Rewards are known to have phenomenal value when you transfer them over to World of Hyatt. I recently just booked the Hyatt Regency in Chicago for 17,000 points a night through World of Hyatt. And if I looked at the cash price for this hotel on Chase's travel portal, it was coming out to $1,200 for 3 nights, and it was coming out to like, I think 25,000 points per night. So as you can see, I just saved so many points, thousands of points, just by transferring it out to World of Hyatt and booking it that way. It's so much cheaper and you really get more bang for your buck. By transferring the points over, I was really able to maximize my points. So going back to that Hyatt Regency hotel I just booked for 17,000 points, if I do the math, the cash cost was coming out to around $350 a night, and that's without taxes and fees. So if I plug that into my formula, $359 divided by 17,000 points times 100, that's 2.1 cents per point, which is really good. So I feel like I got a really good deal. So just because something's free, don't get sucked into it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best or the best value. Use your points strategically, especially when it comes to redemptions, and take advantage of a lot of the bonus offers that credit cards like Chase offer for Hyatt. They will literally have bonuses every month where you can bump your points up and they're worth 30 or 40% more. Keep an eye out for those to help you really maximize your points. And if you're watching this video thinking, okay, I don't even have points, I don't even know if I have a good credit card, a good travel credit card that'll help me get these points, then don't worry at all. I got you. That's exactly what I go over in this video right here, where I go over the best travel credit card in 2025 that will help you get these points and help you to redeem them for free travel, free hotels, and flights. So I highly suggest you check that video out next, and I will catch you in the next video.